This is a cooking experiment with Laura. I live in China. It's sometimes difficult to cook things or even just find things that I want in China because I can't get the ingredients. So sometimes I have experiments. Recently I was thinking, oh gosh, how much do I miss Mexican food? And the toughest thing about Mexican food, in my experience, is getting tortilla shells. Because my dad is kind enough to send me these nice sort of fake Mexican food mixes. But tortilla shells I don't have. So I was looking online, trying to figure out, like, oh, this should be something I can do. My understanding is that making tortilla shells is really easy. It's mostly just an art. Do you have the timing or don't you? But I looked online to see what the ingredients were. I'm like, okay, yeah, flour, I've got flour. Okay, salt, I've got salt. The one thing I don't have is lard. So I asked a Chinese friend of mine, what is lard? How would I go about making that here? Surely that's something that every culture has as an ingredient and something they can produce. Lard, right? Everyone's got lard. She's like, well, you just buy a fatty piece of pork and boil down the fat pieces. So that's what I'm doing. I feel like I'm more just cooking the fat pieces. This may be one of my cooking adventures that ends really early on. Guess I'm doing okay. Let's see. I do wish I could put it at a lower heat, but that's not really something that can be done here. That's just, this is the lowest I can get it. I have my lard. I expected it to no longer be liquid by now. Whatever. I'm trying to figure out a way to do this without a blender. So I found a recipe that doesn't require a blender, but it also is one that doesn't ask for lard, it asks for olive oil. But I'm just going to go with the lard, because I definitely don't have olive oil. Another thing I don't have is measuring instruments. So when something asks for a tablespoon, I'm using this spoon that I use at the table. And when something calls for a teaspoon, one of these spoons that I put in my tea. And when something calls for a cup, about almost a full rice bowl. So we'll see what happens, but it's ingredient mixing time. Alright, it's mixing time. 3/4 cup water. And 3 tablespoons lard. 1. This is gross. 2. 3 tablespoons lard. I stir this. Kitty is being helpful. I'm not sure what this is supposed to look like, but feeling positive about it. I have a dough. I can't believe this. I don't know if I'm doing this right. It said knead 10 to 12 times. I don't know what that means. Just push it around 10 to 12 times. I don't know what that means, but I have made a dough. This is so awesome. You don't know how big this is for me. Getting sticky. No. No, don't be sticky. No. No sticky. The next trial that I have to overcome is figuring out what to use as a rolling pin, because I don't have one of those. I feel like my biggest trial in total was just making the dough to begin with. So this is a positive step. All right, we have our 8 separate pieces. Now the trick is I don't have anything to roll it with. So I'm going to try, see if I can make this happen with a, alright, this could work. This could work. Chopstick, using a chopstick as a rolling pin, yeah. That's not pretty, but we're going to try it. We're going to see what happens. Alright, we're going to wait 1 minute, see what this sad little tortilla thing turns into. 1 minute on the clock. This is a better view of my kitchen, by the way. It's not pretty, but it's got everything I need. I'm going to try flipping it over. Yeah. Okay, there's my first minute. So, second minute. Alright, I guess. Oh! That looks like a tortilla! That's the ugliest tortilla I've ever seen. But it is a tortilla. That side's not so good. But, oh! Woo! Okay, so I would not have imagined that this would go so well. They are ugly, shapeless little things, and they are delicious, and I'm maybe getting a little bit overexcited because I have decided that I'm gonna have Mexican food. Right now, I've got my tortillas. I was planning to maybe use these later, but no, it's happening now. I'm making do when we don't have regular stuff. I've got this McCormick's burrito seasoning mix, but because I'm not making a full pound of meat, I just put it into this little jar thing, and then hopefully I can continue to use this seasoning mix in the future.